welcome to Badness on a Tuesday with Team MME.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what's going on?
I'm ready.
Hey, hello, everyone.
Hi.
There's here. Oh, wait, no, that's just Perp. Oh.
Herb, did you bring a bidet with you?
No,
Why not?
you leave those at home, Brucifer. You leave those at home.
No, you give them as
Oh,
gifts.
Some people travel with them.
Use
They have
that
like
to hit on
like
the
the
ladies.
suitcase in Iron Man 2, like that. They have a bidet.
Yeah,
That's
the
what
trunk
Voltaire
full of
has.
bidets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has a suitcase. He unleashes the bidet.
So how your days were? How did your day go today, guys?
Good. I didn't nap. I'm here bright and early. Oh no, I'm back to work's rough. Man, we're busy this week at my job, so I'm just like, oh boy, I can't even get a. Oh wow, he doesn't show up on time for his own spoiler stream, but he's here now.
Wow. He has to make a point.
Oh, there he is.
No, he's loading. DL is loading.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi and hello, everyone.
Hi and hello.
Hi.
Hi and hello.
Little movie perp. How
How's
are
your
you?
daughters? No.
How you doing? Little movie perp. Hi.
What?
No,
What did he
I'm not
say?
talking about that. No.
I said, hi and
hell
hello.
did that
How's your
say?
daughters?
That was
Hide
that
your-
old
Hide your daughters.
news meme or whatever with the guy. Hide your wife.
Oh, you better hide your kids, hide your wife, because they're doing
Yeah.
something up there. I don't know. I forgot. what
Stealing stealing the kids up here. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, remember that? That was
Yeah, I
a
remember that
moment in
guy.
time.
That guy was a celebrity. He like showed up in game shows and I think a
Yeah.
movie. I think he was in a movie. He might have been
Oh,
in
yeah.
Chris Gore's
That
movie. Let's look
What's
that
his
up.
name? Antoine?
Whatever happened to him? Let's get him. Whatever you.
He's in Chris Gore's movie. I'm betting all my whole channel.
I still have
on
to.
that. I'm betting my whole
I still
channel
have
on
to
that.
order my big fat independent movie and do a review.
Yes, you do.
Yo, what?
As soon as you finish Evil Dead and countless other movies, you probably promised. other people.
What's happening with the VHS? When is it going on sale?
I don't know. I
the next
don't know if
few
I saw an
days.
article or a news program. Someone was they're talking about VHS. Someone was talking about VHS. Someone like, oh yeah, about the
Someone was.
resurgence. Yeah, I forgot it was like a news article.
If
or
you're
maybe
just
it was-
getting here, remember to thumbs up the video.
So,
there's a
Perp,
question
what
for
the
you,
hell?
Matt.
You said DL better not win again. What the heck is
you
that?
better not win again.
I'm gonna
trying.
this time.
I'm gonna try so hard this time.
Hey, Keely.
You just mad because my list was great.
It ain't
Hey,
about the
Isaac.
list. It's about the movie you're trying to make, and that's what I learned.
And there's a question for you, Max, from Thade.
Oh, I was gonna. Yeah, if that's all right with everyone, I could send them.
Yeah,
Like,
don't mind.
all right.
Did anyone see The Killer?
No,
David Fincher's?
I wanted
no one's
to.
seen it yet?
I don't
Damn
have
it, man. I
Netflix
want to talk
right
to
now.
someone about it. It's
Wait,
so good.
it's on
I think
Netflix?
about it all the time.
I
Yeah, it's on
think
Netflix
so.
now. It's on Netflix now. It's really
Huh.
good.
I haven't messaged.
I think
you
about it.
all.
It hasn't left my
Let me
mind.
see.
I've seen some other movies that I
You sending it
quote,
to him,
are
Max?
better, but
I'm
that
trying to
one's
find him on X.
I even heard of The Killer until I started seeing reviews. I'm like, oh, there's a movie called The Killer. Okay.
Hey, if you're a fan of the Hitman series, this has been noted. If you're a fan of the Hitman series, the video
I
game,
got it, Max.
just think of it like that, and you'll love the movie.
Interesting.
I don't know what you're talking about in the thumbnail either.
What
Under
the thumbnail?
investigation.
Yeah, that was like, what the heck? Under investigation.
Oh, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Oh my.
Uh-oh. Well, we might as well start since I'm hosting tonight.
Yeah, I'm in the
Hell
passenger seat. Go
So,
right away.
Everything's gonna be organized. Everything's gonna flow well.
Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
So we might as well get to the topics at hand. All right, welcome to MME News. I'm your host, Storm Weathers. No, I'm just...
Storm.
Oh my. Wow. Okay.
I like it.
All right, first up,
Is that your
Peter and Miles
is
will
that your
have their
core
first.
name?
Peter and Miles will have their first ongoing combined comic series ever,
I
titled
thought this was movie
"Spectacular
talk. What the hell are we
Spider-Man."
doing?
Written by Greg Weisman, art by Humberto Ramos, in stores March of 2024.
Nice.
Yeah, they've had miniseries together, but never a ongoing title.
Oh, okay. So it's
Can't
all
stop
right.
the signal.
Miles, all they say about
Miles
these
is
new
coming.
characters,
He's coming.
Miles is a very popular
He
Spider.
ain't stopping.
Yeah.
And, and Marvel says it's right there in the title, Spider-Man. Doesn't say Spider-Man and Miles. Just say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
Spider-Man. Yes.
The Spectacular
Shots
Spider-Man.
fired.
If you have any hate for this channel, just thumbs up, please.
Mhm. Yes.
I think it's a good thing. You need another Spider-Man title. There's already like 7 of them.
Yeah. I just hope this one is better than the recent Spider-Man runs that's been coming out.
Gwenverse.
Zeb Wells writing.
Into the
Yeah,
Gwenverse.
It hurts my brain.
Into the
Man.
Gwenverse.
Hopefully this is better. At least I know the
That's
art's
great.
gonna be good.
The game sells
Yeah.
very well when they're both together. So yeah.
Yeah. I think this will do well. And this will suck if the writing's really good on this and it's crappy on the main title.
Watch that happen.
Isaac's like, please, no hate, Nate. All right, next up. John Wick director Chad Stahelski has teased that a John Wick anime, as well as a new TV series that's completely separate from the Continental, are in the works. Also, John Wick 5 is being written, according to the internet.
Can't stop the signal.
That sounds cool, but I think they might be doing too much. Although I didn't
agree.
see the Continental though.
How many spin-offs
Actually,
is
now
that?
that I'm thinking anime would be really cool with this. Some really good animation. I hope it's good animation.
Yeah, but this is if you want to see a hitman killing people and running, watch Hitman Monkey.
Well, I think it's more about the world. I think
You
it's more
never
about
seen
the
it?
world.
No.
It's a Marvel comic book and they made it into an animation. It's really good. It's bloody as hell. He's a monkey that's a hitman.
Wait.
Thank
Oh my
Monkey
God.
Hitman or whatever the hell it's called.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Black
what you're
Lagoon was
talking
pretty
about.
good too.
This is cool though. I think I remember saying when I reviewed chapter 4 that this John Wick is starting to get an anime feel, and so how coincidental they're actually now making an anime about it. So I should see how the animation is going to look. But yeah, I know people don't want me to say this, but I don't really want John Wick 5. I think his story's done. If you saw John Wick 4, you know what I'm talking
What if
about.
they actually
do the other guy with
end
the
it, though?
dog.
What if they actually end it in John Wick 5? Then I'd be up for it. But if they just want to do another part in the same thing,
I guess. I mean, I'll still go see it, but like, what else can they do at this point? Like, it's just going to be more of the same, right?
Well, I think the idea is like, okay, John Wick is cool, but I always loved the lore of it. The world building was always great, and there's so many interesting characters, like that. Even this last John Wick, the guy with the dog, I love that character. Like, follow that guy or something. Like,
yes, I would love a.
Yeah, but
so
why
many
call it
things.
John Wick? If it's
Well, they're just saying John Wick anime. It's going to be called something else. Look what happened with the Continental. It wasn't called John. It's part of like the John Wick world, or they put that little slogan, but it's called the Continental. You know, that's probably going to be the same for the anime. They're just selling it right now. It's probably not even going to be the John Wick character in the anime. Again, they're going to do like
brother,
go on the world building.
No, they should do a straight up John Wick anime. He needs to be the lead.
All right, well, maybe in his younger years when he was violent before he met his
prequel anime series.
Okay. Yeah, call it
be,
John Wick Boogeyman. There it is.
It could be about his brother,
Baba Yaga,
Billy
Baba
Bob
Yaga.
Wick.
Baba Yaga. That's what I mean. Yes.
Yeah.
Baba Yaga. That's what
John Wick Baba Yaga, and it's him in his glory days when he was mean and he was ugly, he was dirty, he was great.
He was in his prime.
Yeah, when he was like he didn't give a crap about anyone.
I will watch the shit out of it. It'll be the most bloodiest thing ever. Yeah, it's gonna be glorious.
Yeah, it could work. Black Lagoon is sort of has that John Wick sort of lore. It was like this country that's run by criminals, and there's like hierarchy, and they have their own economy and all this stuff. It could work as an anime.
I need to watch more anime. I haven't been
watch Black Lagoon. It's amazing. It's my favorite anime of all time.
Trash. I'll give you a list, Max.
Okay.
I'll give you a list as well.
And then we just pull DL's list out.
You know what? You're going to give him a bunch of weird shit. That's what you're going to do.
No, it's not. It's like pirates. It's pirates. It's like this business guy. It's really cool. It's actually very Americanized. You know, that's why I like it. It's like this business, like office nerd that gets picked up by pirates and joins their life. Like in modern times, it's not like pirates like arr, arr. It's like modern pirates. It's really cool. Yeah, like the Johnny Depp pirates. It's like modern pirates. Badass.
I was talking about Bruce's first list, even though I think what you're talking about is probably going to be weird too.
But it's literally the first.
It's not weird. No tentacles. I promise. Not a single tentacle.
The first anime I would get him to watch would probably be Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, that's a good choice.
You see, I'm gonna give him something he could pronounce first. You know.
Okay, watch Cowboy Bebop.
No.
Yes, that's a great anime. That's what the best anime ever made.
That's too chill.
He can watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, he needs to start off small. And if he likes this, then he can progress to getting weirder.
Black Lagoon.
Don't listen to this raptor.
Yeah, only listen to me with my X-Men casting and vote for me, please.
Oh God.
You know,
I actually would watch his X-Men thing.
We'll start him off with Magical Girls.
Sailor Moon.
Wait, what? Magical Girls.
Sailor Moon. Girls.
It's not what you think.
Oh,
Sailor Moon.
Yeah, like Sailor Moon stuff.
And Wedding Peach.
Hey, if you're just getting here, thumbs up the video. We're at 14 likes. Wow.
Jacob, do not mention that Dragon Ball Z live action.
Me right now.
Wait, I saw that live action Dragon Ball Z for the first time this year. What were they thinking?
It was a disaster.
It was all right.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's because you don't know real Dragon Ball. That's what you need to put on his list. Yeah, he needs to watch Dragon Ball.
There is no real Dragon Ball.
There is real Dragon Ball.
I haven't watched the
There's
Dragon
no
Ball.
Real Dragon Ball.
He doesn't need any context for that. He really doesn't.
What's the next thing? I'm tired of Keanu looking at me confused.
The next thing.
What do you think this is? Next up, Deadpool filmmaker Tim Miller, Warner Brothers tackling adaptation of sci-fi comic Alien Legion. It was announced today that WB bought the rights for Alien Legion. This comic book is pretty much a French Legion in space. A lot of it's based on like politics with alien worlds, and they are pretty much space police.
Cool.
This has been in development hell since 1995.
Oh, really? I never heard of it.
First it was MGM, then it went to Dimension Films, then it went to Mainframe Studios, and then 2009 Jerry Bruckheimer and Walt Disney got the rights for it. Then they didn't do anything with it. And now Warner Brothers has the rights to this.
My God, more space cops. They need to get a move on with this Green Lantern, man. Need to get a move on with the Green Lantern, bro, because there's too many space cops trying to take their spot, man.
Yeah, but a legit one, though, Zeno, and you're behind.
What's a legit space cop?
No, a legit John Wick game.
Oh.
Sorry, he's on the last topic.
Oh.
Yeah, this sounds great.
Catch up, Zeno.
Yeah, it's pretty different. I don't think James Gunn is going to be in charge of this. I think it's just Warner Brothers. Doesn't have anything to do, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was joking about it, but like, I mean, I never heard of it, but it looks for the cover, it looks pretty cool.
This was a Marvel imprint called Epic Comics. So Marvel.
Oh, it's Epic Comics? Okay.
Yeah, this initially was owned by Marvel.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And he did the first Deadpool movie. And then he did the
Terminator,
which people don't like.
Dark
but he
Fate
was
or something.
I like Dark Fate.
He was going to do a different ending, I think, though.
Oh.
And they,
And then Kathleen Kennedy showed up somehow.
No.
Oh.
Hey, who?
Kathy Kennedy ruins everything.
You should have been on my show last night. Kathleen Kennedy. The jokes.
No,
Okay.
Hello.
What a beautiful lady.
Very beautiful.
Hey, Joe.
Hey.
I only have 5 copies of this. All right, AOA.
Broke my headphones.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, DL.
They're all broken.
Hey, DL again.
DL again.
DL double.
What?
Hey, second. Hey, my multiverse DL.
Blue Jay.
Blue Jay's here.
What?
Definitely always late.
Hey, DL. Hey, DL. Have you met my friend DL?
You really want me to take you to court, don't you?
Court.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I have the money.
How can you prove you're the real DL?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
How can you prove it?
I think this is going to be a good idea. We need more sci-fi action movies.
Well, I'm a little annoyed. I'm a little annoyed by this.
Why? Did it exist?
Because they put out that Warner Brothers was hoping. Warner Brothers is developing this because they want their own space franchise. Like that's what the article I read this morning said. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The one that you're not doing a damn thing with for the past like 25, 30 years, the fans are clamoring for more of.
Yeah, I hear every day. Give us some more Babylon 5.
Yeah. Literally, the fans have been like clamoring for this for years. You don't give us this, which you own, and then you're like, oh, we need a sci-fi franchise. You own one, dumbasses, and the fans want it. They're hungry for it, and you don't give it to them.
Is that
hashtag restore?
I said the
same Babylon 5 verse.
I said the same thing about Green Lantern. They've been sitting on that for like years, and they don't do anything with it. And then they have Doom.
Well, I just heard Warner Brothers. I just heard Warner Brothers is also looking to do a magical school, like a magical school franchise. They're looking to do one.
Magic School Bus?
Yeah, Magic School franchise. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be called Larry Lauder.
Something about wizards and I don't know why.
And we were literally on the verge of getting more Babylon 5. They were developing a new Babylon 5 TV series for the CW. And then, of course, the CW like went and died on us. So this isn't going to happen now. So I guess we're just never going to get more Babylon 5. So thanks, Warner Brothers.
Listen, Joe, I love you, and I'm really happy there's Babylon 5 fans out there, but there's not many.
Are. Hey,
I don't think there's many.
Are there any fans of Alien Legion?
Clamoring for this for years.
And you might want an action sci-fi. This seems more like an action sci-fi, just what I could take from the image. You know, there's different types of sci-fi.
What's the creator?
The creator?
Yeah,
I think it's like action.
Yeah,
and does anybody care about Alien Legion?
I have never heard of Alien Legion.
No one cared about the creator.
I saw the creator. It was awesome.
Driving Thade?
There you go. See, no one cared until they saw it.
Hello, Thade. Are you driving?
No, it's my air conditioner's on.
Air conditioner?
Yeah, I've got a window unit in this room.
Okay.
Are you in California? It's cold around here in my area.
My lord.
Might need to mute your thing when you're not
talking. Are you
on
a plane?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll just...
Are you Maverick?
Top Gun Aeronautical School. But I don't know. And this franchise is so old. I don't know if a lot of people remember this.
I don't think this is happening. I'm sorry. This isn't happening.
I think it could.
No.
If Tim Miller wants to do it.
Also, if they can get Dune off the ground, why can't they do Alien Legion?
Yeah. They already got a director.
Babylon 5. This is all we need.
You're right.
Babylon 5.
Doesn't have to be a huge summer movie. You're right. They can release it like in.
Well, yeah, we'll see how much money they give to this movie.
Yeah.
20 million.
They might just want like a fun like.
I'd be
action
impressed
movie.
if they can make the movie look good with 20 million. I would be so impressed.
I mean, this makes sense after what they saw, what the creator did for how much it was, the budget. They're like, yeah, let's do one of those. Those are easy, low budget sci-fi. Let's get that guy, and and he has experience with CGI. I think he was doing like trailers, like all CGI trailers before he did a Deadpool. So it's like it's a very smart. Very smart.
And he also
good job, Warner Brothers.
Sonic. He also produced the Sonic movies too. So it was his production company that did the CG for Sonic.
Yeah, this is smart. But it's going with the trend too, so I don't know. It might be dumb. I don't know.
I'm up for it. I want to see it now. I hope it happens.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I've never heard of this, but I'll be interested, I guess.
I'm against it out of principle.
Well,
for Batgirl, right? For Batgirl, right, Joe? For Batgirl,
not
right?
fair, Joe.
Right?
I mean, maybe they'll make Babylon 5 too. Does it have to be one or the other? Why can't it be both?
Well, you know what?
Babylon.
You announce Babylon 5, and then I'll go in to see this. But
No, crazy Joe. If this is a hit, it opens the door for more sci-fi stuff like that. And then they'll definitely go to Babylon 5, and they'll go to Babylon 5 with an A+ budget. If this is a hit.
An A+ budget
for Babylon 5. If this is a hit, they'll go to their old stuff and like, all right, let's revamp it, let's A+ it, let's do what JJ did with Star Trek.
No, you don't do what JJ did with Star Trek, even though I love those films. But they put too much money.
That's the mind frame. That's how they're tackling.
They gave those three films too much money, and they didn't make enough of a profit. So no,
this is
like Star Trek at the Apple
This is the
store.
canary.
I'm sorry, the JJ movies were like.
Your mic is roboting.
Can you not hear me?
JJ only made 2 Star Trek movies. One of them was good. One of them was terrible.
I liked all 3
I'm not
of them.
saying make that exact movie. I'm saying
he didn't make the third one.
That's how the producers think of it, like in terms of revamping. They'd want that success. How people looked at the first one, at least.
Well, yeah. Hopefully they can. If they do a Babylon 5, they'll be able to make it so it can get a wider audience. Because like not a lot of people know about Babylon 5.
Yeah, that's Warner Brothers' own fault right there, because they've been sitting on it for so long. They've been sitting on it. Imagine you got a hit sci-fi franchise and you don't.
Is it a hit? Is it a hit?
It was a hit when it was on. It was a hit.
5 seasons,
more Babylon 5
seasons,
myself.
2 spinoffs, multiple movies. I mean, there's no other way to clarify it. But you sit on it for that long. There's a whole generation that's never seen Babylon 5, and Warner Brothers only has themselves to blame for that because they sat on it. They didn't do a damn thing with it.
What about Batgirl?
We'll get Batgirl in the DCU, okay?
We're gonna see Batgirl. Batgirl will be released. It's in
everybody acts like Discovery has had Warner Brothers for decades. They just got it a year ago. Give them time to look at all the properties and see what happens.
I'm not the biggest fan of how they're treating it, but I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I'm at least I'm not gonna be that person to be like, oh, I'm not gonna watch any Warner Bros. Movie just because they cancel a movie. Like, that's stupid. Because I saw Barbie. I'm gonna go see Aquaman too. So
yeah, I've never seen the logic in getting mad at a production company just because like he said, they just bought it. They just got the properties.
Yeah.
It can take anywhere from a year to 3 years to get everything under control. For what they're gonna do. So just give them time. I mean, I know that's asking a lot. Well, I know that's asking a lot too, but you've also got to think that we just had the writers and the actors strike and everything else. So, I mean, there's been a lot of delays on this incoming. Like you said, they've only had Warner for. Discovery's only had Warner for what, a year? So, it can take up to 3 years on normal circumstances when you buy any properties like that. And now with the writers strike and the actors strike, it's going to take even longer.
Yeah, I'm very critical of the whole thing. It's been a year, but I'm still critical of how it's been handled throughout the duration of what we got. But I'm gonna give it a chance, though.
Well, don't take what I just said that I forgive Zaslav for what he's doing. He's been dreadfully mismanaging things, at least in my opinion.
Oh yeah, trust me. I was like, I was not a fan of what he's been doing.
But then again, you gotta see it from my point of view. I've been waiting for Warner Brothers to do DC right for 30 years. So, I mean, we get one or two things that's great, but like for the most part, the only thing that Warner has been consistent with that's actually really, really good with DC is the animation, not so much the live action side.
Keep in mind, we got great DC movies from 2018 to 2023, and they were fantastic.
Joe, if you'd let me finish, I was going to say, in pockets we have gotten good stuff, but a consistent Warner DC property hasn't been good since really ever.
Well, that was consistent.
We get pockets, but that's it. I mean, when you're getting the same origin story every 10 years. It's kind of, I don't know, boring.
Yeah, but I mean, they were consistent from 2018 to 2023. From the day Hamada took over until the day Hamada left, we were getting great stuff.
Hamada was great.
He was.
I don't
want to get into this. I don't want to get into this.
I know everybody wants to get into this, but we gotta move on.
God bless Hamada, and God bless the United States of America.
All right, DC Studios. Hold on. DC Studios Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, finds its writer and actress playwright Anna Noguera is actually a return to Kara Zor-El for her, as she originally wrote a Supergirl script that was going to be spun off the Flash movie.
Okay.
Let me look her up.
That means Sasha Kai is going to be Supergirl. Confirmed.
I hope so.
She better be.
Yeah, I think that's where they're going with this.
All right.
Really? Sasha Calle?
Kaye.
I'll be shocked if she isn't.
I don't think that means.
And you still think Gal's going to be Wonder Woman, Crazy Joe?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man. Okay.
I agree with Joe. She's still a Wonder Woman.
I mean, I like Wonder, but that wouldn't make any sense if you're rebooting the DC universe.
It's just Ben and
they're not rebooting the DC universe though.
Yeah, they're just going.
They're doing Flashpoint.
Flashpoint, baby.
What?
Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Oh my God!
Who let Perp in here?
You guys did.
You insisted I show up and justify my casting. That's what you did.
Yes, I did.
I'm gonna win that next casting couch. So.
Oh, Perp, you got mail coming to you.
Nice.
What?
I do want to.
By way of a cool stunt, I'm sure.
That's not fair. Perp's taking over the Awesome Joe packages.
I'll do an opening. No. Yeah, I'll do an opening.
What do you guys think of this? Do you think, since she has no experience with major franchises writing, and she's only had written playwrights and maybe one short film?
Look, I think that she could do okay if Warner will let her actually create, and that's the problem you're going to run into. It's the same problem Marvel's run into. They both tend to like to stifle their directors. And I hope that this is different. I hope that Gunn plays it differently.
I think he will, because he is not cut from the same cloth as most studio execs. That man is a writer. He's a writer first, and I think he respects writers in that sense. And I think he'll respect their creative. They'll have their own creative space. Yeah.
Personally, I think so too. But if Zaslav sticks his nose in, maybe not so much.
Then
I can't
agree with that.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Crazy Joe. Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
I can't agree with that.
One at a time, please.
I'm sorry.
One at a time.
Can't even get one word in. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I've been trying as well, but okay.
Who wants to talk first?
Blue Jay, Fade, Perk.
Okay. Okay. I'll go. Okay. All right.
Where's CJ?
Oh my God. As I was saying, DC. I think James Gunn has said that DC Studios is like a separate entity. It's not. I mean, it's under WB, but they're gonna call all the shots. So, and also the whole thing with the directors thing. I still think it's like I get what I think when Kevin Feige said when they get indie directors to do Marvel movies, that a good storyteller is a good storyteller. I don't think. I mean, sure, but could they handle like a bunch of big budget action stuff because you remember these guys haven't done action movies. When you look at Captain Marvel, the first one, those are two indie directors that nobody's ever heard of, and nobody really, and they don't even have doesn't make them a household name after that film made $1 billion, and nobody knows who the heck is Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, the two directors of the first movie. Nobody knows who those guys are.
I do.
I mean, sure, but they did indie films and nobody knew about it, and up until Captain Marvel, and clearly they haven't done any work ever since that.
Well,
Marvel.
Tom King wrote this story for DC, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be polishing her work, whatever she submits for the script. Which
not only that,
that's a great story.
James Gunn came out and said that he was very impressed with the script. That's why she's still doing the project. So
yes, she probably had a great pitch, and not only that, Zaslav is not going to let he's not even going to see anything until it goes through James Gunn's eyes. Anything lacking in terms of this lady couldn't do an action scene or anything like that, James Gunn is going to pick up the slack for sure, because all eyes are on him too, in terms of making sure that he's picking the right people. So he's going to be beefing up these scripts himself as well before they even touch Zaslav's eyes. So
I disagree completely with the notion that they should keep their hands off. They should definitely be involved every step of the way, like Feige is. Feige, those over at Marvel, they don't have autonomy. They have to toe the line. That's why Edgar Wright was shown the door. They're building a cohesive universe, so James Gunn should have his fingerprints on everything. I mean, give them enough creativity and autonomy to do, but also keep them in line, because they can't just go hog wild and do whatever they want.
They're going in with a pitch. They're going in with a pitch, right? They're pitching to James Gunn. So James Gunn hears a pitch and he's like, okay, I could work with that. We could do this. We could do that.
Exactly.
That's how it works, and that's how they. Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna jump out and jump back in to check my mic. So.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Appreciate it.
I think James Gunn will be hands-on with all these projects because it's his only shot.
Yeah.
At it, he doesn't get another chance. Everything has to be knocked out of the park out the gate. So,
and he was very specific about this adaptation, right? So I think he really likes this one. So he's going to treat it with heart and care. I think so. Yes.
I'm confident this thing is going to go well. People love James Gunn. I love the first three Guardians, Suicide Squad, Peacemaker. I mean, come on now, I am confident.
This one worries me though. This one worries me though, because I'm sure the quality is going to be there. There's no question. I mean, it's James Gunn's going to make sure this is really good. But if there's one thing we're seeing in the society right now, it's that people are just rejecting, for all the wrong reasons, projects with women. We've seen it with the Marvels right now. There's this it's woke, it's got women in it. So I fear that no matter how good the movie is, Barbie's an exception.
No, I think the Marvels was that trailer was underwhelming. Let's face it, they didn't know what they were selling. It wasn't enough for the audience.
Trailer.
No,
it wasn't. No,
that was a really good trailer.
The Marvels.
I think the marketing suffered with the Marvels. That's what it is.
Yeah,
it's not
talking about. Well, you're talking about a movie that came out literally a day after the strike ended. So the marketing wise, they have nothing to do.
True.
So
that's true. But if you take a look at what's going on the internet today, Stephen King, God bless him, Stephen King called it out. But you got people celebrating the fact that movie underperformed.
Yeah, because they were too scared to even think it was going to fail. No one was calling out the Marvels like they were with Captain Marvel. They thought it was going to be a hit, and when it wasn't, that's when they go full out. Oh, look, it isn't a hit. It was pathetic, and to the point that even Stephen King saw it. Like, yeah,
you get some assholes on Twitter saying stupid stuff like that. That's going to happen regardless. You always get some assholes like celebrating the movie fail. Come on,
but they didn't have that same energy going into the movie. They were
terrible. Someone told me yesterday that if you go looking for negative comments online and you comment on negative comments, you're going to keep getting recommended negative comments. The algorithm
feeds it to you, yeah.
So, maybe it's time everybody just tune out, just think of the positive. You love the movie, you're enjoying it, and don't care about what anybody else is doing.
No. I mean, I like the movie fine. So I mean, but it's just Twitter. Twitter is Twitter. I mean,
Twitter's going to Twitter.
That's going to shut down soon. I hope so.
Hi and hello, everybody.
Don't say it like that. That sounded like a question.
No, I didn't want to interrupt.
You have to be extremely positive. Hi and hello, everyone.
Hi and hello, everybody.
Yes.
I'm making that as a quote from Voltaire.
Hi and hello, everyone.
I'm excited about this, Bruce. Thanks for bringing it up.
Yeah, pretty good.
I think she seems. I mean, I don't know much about her, but she seems very pleasant and
Gunn approved. That's all that matters.
She
people,
is a lady. That helps, I think.
What was that?
She is a lady. I think that can only help.
Could have helped that girl.
Do you guys really think the Marvels are bad though because people don't like women?
No, it was
something in the ether right now. I don't get it, but it's hard to deny it's there.
No, it's just a celebration because of what happened with Captain Marvel, how they were all eating crow when that made $1 billion, and now there's like this little bit of a celebration now that this one isn't doing well. That's it.
I think I don't think it's a thing. I know Joe likes to say the movie is good and it should stand on its own. But the way Marvel, the MCU worked with really good profits is you tease that something bigger, you introduce a new character, you have some great cameos, and that doesn't have all that. It doesn't really.
Max, I'm going to push back on that right now. Because they don't. Because this is one of the few times I actually agree with Joe. It did not need to have a bunch of cameos and all that other stuff.
No, it
needed good writing. It needed good writing. Good villain, good storytelling,
but the audience rewards that.
The hell?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Did Guardians of the Galaxy have? Did Guardians of the Galaxy have a bunch of cameos? Did Guardians of the Galaxy have a bunch of cameos?
But that's the thing. It's irrelevant. They had a good story and everything, and nobody went.
Yeah, you like the DL.
Joe, I liked the movie.
I saw it twice.
Yeah, I liked the movie. However, no,
I think it's just bad marketing.
The writing was all over the place. The writing was all over the place.
The trailer was all
the writing was excellent. I mean, that was a great
script. No, it was not. No, it was
yes,
not.
It was.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was.
No,
I laughed.
Wait, hold on. Let's try to stay on topic. We're talking about Supergirl. Forget Captain Marvel.
As long as the Marvels makes more money than that's
never
they're talking about Captain Marvel for like a week.
Never forget Captain Marvel. She's in my heart.
Captain Marvel's in your heart. We'll get her out of there. It's not safe.
No.
Well, the Flash got
Babylon 5 is going to crush her in there. So Supergirl. Thank you, Bruce. Supergirl.
Next up.
Listen, if
here we go.
Madam Web. Where's that trailer?
The official trailer for Madam Web is 2 minutes and 24 seconds long.
For real?
It's going to release tomorrow, allegedly.
Oh my God. I can't wait
to see them. The trailer breakdown goes as follows.
They're all going to be swinging and it's going to look awesome. And everyone's going to be so mad.
All right.
DL's already.
Hold 1 second. The trailer breakdown: main characters face off against a Spider-Man-like villain, Ezekiel Sims, in a diner brawl.
Yeah.
After a defeat, Madam Web time travels to redo the fight. She teams up with Julia Carpenter and others who share a common thread. From Ezekiel, he implies the 3 girls must die because of what they become in the future. Action-packed sequences follow, including ambulance chase and explosions. We get to see brief glimpses of their costumes.
Okay.
This movie comes out Valentine's Day, my birthday.
Can't wait.
Is this a Sony production?
Hey,
when do tickets go on sale? When can I pre-order?
Does Okay, guys, can I speak for just a minute? Does this sound better?
Yes.
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 Your voice sounds silky and smooth.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that I had to change out. I had to change out microphones.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. I was interacting like my computer had 2 microphones hooked up to it, and they were crossing each other for some reason. But anyway, it's fixed now. So.
All right.
Feel better, Anthony.
Well, Madam Web, I don't care about this yet. Like, I don't hate that it exists.
Wait till the
I
trailer.
have no confidence in whatsoever.
Wait till the trailer.
Wait, you hate that it exists.
Wait till the trailer.
I hate the Sonyverse. I hate the Sonyverse.
The Sonyverse is awful.
Does the Sonyverse hurt you, DL? Does it hurt you that
Yes,
it
it did.
exists?
It hurts me.
Come on,
Yeah,
what do you
right.
don't know?
You don't have to
Carnage?
watch it. Just
I love the Sonyverse.
Let the
Well,
Madam's
first of all,
Web.
I'm gonna have to watch it to review it, and also I know my girlfriend probably want to watch
Let
this for
first
Valentine's.
the Madam's
let's stop
Web.
calling it. It's not the Sonyverse. It's called the Spunk.
The Spunk.
Even
Yes.
stupider name.
That's
Even
close from the
Different kind
tongue.
of connotation.
stupid.
Sonyverse?
Let the Madam's
Sony
Web.
Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
Hashtag
You're
let the
stupid.
Madam's Web.
It is
Okay,
you
stupid.
know, look how many people crapped on Craven the Hunter for like a year because they said it was going to be a humane killer.
Yeah,
And
The
then you
trailer
did
comes out,
kill her.
everybody loved it.
and then you
Nope,
see the
I
trailer.
don't know
I don't know
hated
about
it.
that.
Bloody as hell.
I
But
don't know.
Yeah,
Love
after the Venom movies, I'm a firm believer in the Spunk.
No.
Let the Madam's
Can
Web.
I just,
I can't do this.
What are you
All right,
calling
go-
it? The Spunkverse?
Go
No,
ahead,
it's
Dave.
called
Go
the
ahead, Dave.
Spunk. That's its official
Spunk.
name. The
Come
Sony,
on.
the
Clean your
Sony
ears.
Pictures universe of Marvel characters.
All right, go ahead, Dave. What were you going to say?
I just wanted to speak really quickly. I know we've moved on to another movie, but since I didn't get a chance to finish what I was trying to say about the Supergirl one, the story that they're basing the Supergirl story on, the Supergirl movie on, is actually a really good comic storyline. If any of you have ever read it, I'm pretty sure Brucer probably has. But like,
Yes, I have
So
what, 8
I
issues.
I have some faith in it. I also have faith in James Gunn. Beyond that, we won't know till we get the movie, and I don't tend to judge it until I see it. Just like with this Madam Web thing, I like the character Madam Web in the comics. I'm not sure how this is going to work out as a movie.
We'll wait and
And-
see. You know.
Let the
And I
Madam's Web.
And I
is-
kind of agree with DL. I'm not real happy with the Sonyverse at this point, like anything beyond Spider-Man. But I mean, I like the Venom movies. Well, I didn't like the second one because Carnage should have been R-rated. But beyond
I
that, though,
disagree.
like the Sony, you
not for you, Joe.
you cannot effectively do Carnage without an R rating. You just can't,
Why? They do in the comics.
dude. Have you,
Carnage was introduced under the comics code, not under mature readers' titles.
yeah, but he's gotten worse over the ensuing time.
But I mean, the point is they have done them in a family friendly manner for years. It's how he was introduced. How he was.
It's like doing the Joker family friendly. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, we're in
fact is,
movies,
both of
Joe.
those-
We're in movies, Joe. It's time to bump it up. In movies, you get R-rated Carnage.
And,
you
you know,
did
that-
give
It feels
first-
right. It feels right.
I think
If you
that's
guys
bad
didn't
business.
give the, if
No,
you
it
guys
probably
didn't-
is, but it feels right. What'd you think of Logan though, Crazy Joe? Was that bad business?
I like the movie, but I think I think any of those mainstream characters in a rated R is a mistake.
Okay.
And I think
Why?
it's selfish. I actually think it's selfish too.
So Logan,
Okay.
that
my
includes
God.
Logan. That includes Deadpool.
Yeah, that does include Logan because I like the movie,
Okay.
but I think putting any of these mainstream characters in an R rating is selfish.
Man,
Uh,
hot take.
because-
DL, put this.
Don't you think your line of thinking is selfish? Like you could
No,
think all
no,
the properties should be
because I'm
family
thinking
friendly.
of everybody.
He's thinking of the
because I'm
kids,
thinking of
DL?
everybody.
Thinking of the
Exactly.
kids.
All of us came into these characters as children. We
I
all
think
came
kids can
into these
handle Carnage
characters
and rated R.
through cartoons, through comic books. We
Comic
came
book,
into these
all
characters as children.
PG-13.
But then my father grew up. Other generations grew up, and they handed it down to the children. And we've got a selfish generation now that's like, well, I grew up, and my characters should grow up with me. And it's like, well, no, that's not the way these characters have worked up till now.
Okay.
We're getting selfish. Man, I got a great take. I got a great take for this. Go ahead, Thade. I'll go after you.
Joe, seriously, would you expect horror movies to be less than R-rated?
No, but they never were.
Actually, no. There are several PG-13 horror movies, and they're tame by comparison. But my question is,
they're good movies too.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with these movies. There's nothing wrong with these movies growing up with people. Is the thing like?
Yeah, but it's selfish. It's selfish.
It's not.
No, it's
not really. Because you can start your kids. You can start your kids off with cartoon versions of these characters.
Yeah, those are still there.
And those will always be there.
Yeah,
and then you grow up into the movies. You know what I'm saying?
But why does our generation need them to grow up and be rated R?
Because that limits the storytelling.
They don't need to be, but I think for a character,
One at a time, please.
I mean, from 1930, was it 1938? Batman was created till now. All those stories, and just now suddenly it's like, oh, Batman.
I would like to point out.
Have you seen how many times Batman's character has evolved over the generations? He has.
I would actually like to point out. I would like to point out. Batman in his first appearance in 1938 killed a man in the first comic.
Yeah, but it wasn't rated R.
With a gun.
And then in another, and then in a subsequent appearance, he broke a man's neck on panel. You're talking about a character that has over time gotten tamer and then got. I mean, like those characters didn't get.
Thank you, Degrassi.
Edgy. Those characters didn't get edgy until you hit the 80s again.
Oh, I agree, but I think a 12-year-old, maybe even a 10-year-old could deal with like certain rated R movies, right? Like,
and let me also point out, my parents.
It's not like. No, they cannot see it. It's like there is something cool about
rated R movie. Rated R doesn't make a good movie. Just because something's rated R doesn't make it a good movie.
We're just saying, like, to reach its full potential. I think for Carnage, a rated R movie could be good, and I still think you could. Like, I think there's something special to the fact that you could introduce your son at 6-year-old to a Mysterio character. Is like, wait until you're 13. We'll get to the heavy stuff. Stuff like that'll be kind of cool, right? If you're growing up and as you mature, you mature with the villains as well, and you always have Carnage over there. It's like the more mature character that Spider-Man has to deal with. And I think that could work, and I think that could work for the movies specifically.
I agree with Perp completely.
See, I don't see it. I don't see it. You know,
all
I'm 47. I can
go along with this. Sydney Sweeney's Julia Carpenter will wear the black and white costume rumored.
Now that is going to be awesome. That will be awesome. I love that costume.
That'd be great.
That's a badass costume.
Did that costume get released in the comics before the symbiote Spider-Man costume got released?
I could look that up really quick. Hold on.
Because and also
it might have been afterwards.
Christopher, if you're doing this, hold on. Okay, there you go.
Oh jeez.
This is a good conversation, you know. I want to see DL flip over Crazy Joe's takes and stuff. It's entertaining, you know.
Why did you say this for hot takes? Why did he say this for hot takes?
I got my
it's not that hot of a take. That comic books are for kids.
I've literally been saying this for years.
I mean, we had a whole every topic.
There's a video on my concession stand channel where I basically took a clip from an old stream I was on with Enosh, where I correctly pointed out, and the entire panel around me was wrong. I correctly pointed out that Deadpool did not need to be rated R. And the panel around me was like, no, it did. And I was like, no, it didn't. And I spelled out all the reasons it didn't. So this is.
I disagree.
I disagree.
Oh God!
Respectfully, I disagree. Respectfully, I disagree.
Hold on. Stick says she debuted with her black costume in issue 7 of Secret Wars and issue 8 with Spider-Man.
Yeah, 1984.
Yeah, she was first. That's what I thought. Yeah. Thank you for confirming.
Yeah, it was right before Spider-Man got his, but in the same storyline.
I need a Joe shirt. Everyone else is wrong.
Oh, my favorite.
Your
pick is
personal life
valid.
does that happen where you say, "Oh yeah, I said something and everybody around me was wrong," and
Yeah, my favorite part was Enosh actually said to me. Enosh actually says to me that the fact that I was the only one on the panel making my argument proves that I was wrong, and I'm like, no, because if I walk into a room of flat earthers and tell them that the Earth is round, I'm going to be the only one in the world I'm going to be the only one in that room saying that the Earth is round, and I'm again going to be the only one that's right. So,
all right, I want to point out. I want to point out really quick to Degrassi Knowles. This has already been said that Deadpool 3 will be rated R. That Feige said it in fact a week ago on the red carpet at the Marvel's premiere. So it will be rated R.
I'll believe it when I see it. I know he said it, but is it going to be like the other two? I feel like it's going to be watered down.
What do you get? No,
it's not going to be watered. Ryan Reynolds would not have
directing.
Yeah, no. They're going to do that last one rated R.
Well, yeah, he's watching.
Why would Ryan Reynolds join if it's a watered down Deadpool? It doesn't make any sense. It will be against it.
Backed up a big truck of money to it.
Exactly. For the first $2 million lineup. Come on, okay.
I know, and then they say $500 million more if it's PG-13.
Maybe that gin he's selling is not making him enough.
You don't think he takes that check? $500 million.
Degrassi says Deadpool 3 isn't rated anything yet, which is true.
Because they didn't finish the film yet, so they can't actually say why the film is rated R.
It's not even a movie. Right. It's just dailies right now.
All right, let's move on from this.
More than enough people who are involved with the movie have said it's rated R.
No, it's not.
We don't know for sure, but more than enough people who are involved with the movie have said it's rated R, and that's where it ends.
Yeah.
So
once they pull a fast one, they're like rated R for rad.
Moving on. Thank you.
I don't know what it's rated.
Anyway,
writer. Hold on, I'm going to the next. Quantumania writer Jeff Loveness is reportedly no longer attached to write Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which further rumors of them moving away from Kang as the main villain for Secret Wars.
I believe
maybe because the writer of Quantumania was terrible. That's why.
Wasn't there a rumor this week that it's actually going to be changing it to be Dr. Doom?
I'm going to lose a lot of respect for Kevin Feige.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I have a question for everyone. Thank you for preparing this, Bruce. Would they have moved on anyway?
Talk amongst yourselves.
Even without the Jonathan Majors controversy?
No. This is a Jonathan Majors.
Because of a lack of interest.
This is more about Jonathan Majors and his legal troubles than it is about how these movies have done.
Well, I think it's
recast the character. Recast the character.
That's all you do. Exactly.
Yeah, but they might recast the character if the storyline was more popular with Ant-Man 3 and Loki season 2.
Yep.
They can still fix it though. He only had a couple appearances.
Why fix it if there's lack of interest though?
Because it's a bad idea not to.
Because if they have to completely restructure everything,
I will agree.
Got a better idea. What if they got a better idea?
A better idea?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, what if they got a better idea?
He wipes out all the Kangs.
Look, they thought Quantumania, from a story I heard, that they thought it was a hit. They thought it was actually really good. They were actually shell shocked with the reception of Quantumania. Which I personally like.
Let's be honest about.
I agree. I love Quantumania.
Kang
so
Dynasty versus Secret Wars. What do you think the audience, the comic book readers, and everyone would be more excited for?
Well, they're going to do both. It's not like they one or the other.
Well, okay, so
that's not the question, Joe.
Let me play.
What do you think? I think if they are struggling, it makes sense to.
Let me play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
And agree with DL for just a minute. Kang can actually literally be played by anybody because of the multiversal way his character works. He could show up with any face. I mean, it's been proven in the comic books when it comes to Kang. He can show up with any face and still be Kang the Conqueror. So, I mean, like, they could realistically recast Jonathan Majors.
And get better writers. Get better writers by the time we get to Kang Dynasty, make his character better.
What if they don't want to?
Well,
that's lazy, and I would lose respect for them.
No, it's not.
Okay, so
hold
there's
on,
things
hold on a
going
second. Hold on a second. Before
There's-
hold on, Dave. Let me just say this. Hold on. Marvel has made their reputation of bringing C-level, D-level characters to A-level prominence, and so now you're telling me that with Kang they can't do it. They just gave up.
They don't want to.
I think they
What do you
can.
mean they don't want to?
They don't want to. They saw how it looks and they're like, you know what?
I'm
You made a
agreeing
movie
with
about
DL
a freaking
here.
raccoon in a tree, but you can't do anything about Kang Dynasty. What is going on right now?
If
What
they
is
don't
going
want to,
on?
People,
maybe-
keep in mind, this is just a rumor for now.
Yeah, Feige and
I
Marvel
don't
have
believe
never been
rumors till it's
reactionary.
actually true. Okay. I don't
Feige
believe
and Marvel
rumors
have
till it's actually
never been reactionary. And
The
let's
comics
face
are
it,
reactionary. Aren't Bruce, out your back? Aren't comic book lines reactionary when there's not when the viewership starts to, the customers start to slide? They might.
Yeah, usually they'll they'll end the series, reboot it with a #1, then everybody goes out and buys the #1 issue, then they hang on for another 15 issues. It happens. What, Spider-Man's up to what, volume 8 or 9?
Yeah, it cycles, and it's been cycling. And see, that's the thing. A lot of people say these days that comic books are suffering because they do that. Dude, comic books have done that since the early days. It's been a recycle after recycle after recycle. Not necessarily.
I mean,
Not
when
necessarily.
you abandon a planned storyline and go, "Uh-oh, we better course correct," it never goes well. Let me give you an example.
Let
me give you an example of comics. Armageddon 2001. Armageddon 2001, the whole storyline was leading to the reveal that Captain Atom was Monarch. But then it leaked to the internet that Captain Atom was going to be Monarch. And at the last minute, they rewrote the ending. And suddenly, oh, it's Hawk from Hawk and Dove. And it's like, it didn't make any sense because the entire series was leading to Captain Atom. And then they're like, pulled the rug out from under you because it leaked. Another example, Scream 3, the movie Scream 3, where the ending leaked to the internet and they real quick changed it. And they're like, so he's got a brother now. And it's considered like the worst one. You can't change a story mid, it never works. It never works.
Well, that's not necessarily what's going on though here, Joe.
You can if you have a better idea.
What I was saying about comic book lines is a lot of the time they wrap up that storyline, and Brucifer, I'm sure, could agree with me here. A lot of the times they wrap up the storyline that's not being so popular. They wrap it up. They don't just leave it ended and don't give it an ending. They end it, and then they reboot and then reissue another #1.
Yeah, like Marvel will do a Secret Wars and just change everything back. DC will do a Crisis. It happens.
I don't think we're at a point though that we're so deep into the Kang that they can't just pivot either. Like I don't think Kang is extremely necessary for the overall MCU yet.
They just established that there's a whole bunch of Kangs in different multiverses that are coming together and taking over different timelines. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they
already opened it. They already opened Pandora's box.
Yeah, but with the Loki season finale, couldn't Loki just essentially wipe them out if he wanted to? They have all kinds of ways to get rid of them if they wanted to.
There's also plot lines that haven't been tied to Kang yet that we don't know how they were going to be tied. For example, the Eternals. The Eternals ended with cliffhanger, with people getting. I mean, this is all supposed to
with Blade.
This was all supposed to accumulate in this is the quote unquote multiverse saga. So all these plot lines are supposed to at some point coalesce. So
Also,
I imagine Kang was going to tie in there somehow.
Well, also though, if you look at it though, and this is playing devil's advocate for the other side, you know, there's been many. Part of what's causing the problem with the multiverse is the incursions, and several different people, several different groups has broken the incursions. Like caused incursions. Doctor Strange caused incursions. Loki caused incursions. Kang has caused incursions. So it's not necessarily just centered around Kang. And that's the only place where I think they could move him out of it. But I don't know. I would lose respect for him if they removed Kang, because again, they've put Kang in too much right now.
Yeah.
For them to easily course correct.
Well, if the trial doesn't go his way, they would have to replace him.
Yeah, but I'm saying they can recast the character, Bruce, for what we said earlier.
Or Kang could be his character could be handled not in the main Avengers movie. They could.
So what about Yeah, you're right. They could recast him. That's 100% true. And what you said, Max, is accurate too. But what about is there some of it that Jonathan Majors played the character in a very certain manner? I know he hasn't been in it that much, but he did bring a certain flair to the character.
Okay, so far his two different versions of Kang, which is, He Who Remains, and the one that was in Quantumania, which I haven't seen, but I've seen some of his acting as the character. He's played him differently in each way he's appeared.
And Victor Timely. Victor Timely was completely different too.
Yeah, Victor Timely as well. They were all somewhat differently played because you're looking at Kang along different times in the timeline. You're looking at Kang different things that he knows, and it's the same way in the comics. I mean, how many different names has Kang been known by? He Who Remains, Kang the Conqueror, the Scarlet Centaurian, the Ramatut. I mean, he's been known by many names.
The Dr. Doom Kang.
Yeah, I mean, he's been known by many names. And he's appeared different ways through all of the timeline. Immortus is another good name. Warlord. He's had many names, and he's been different ways with each one of those versions of himself. I mean, he was different as Nathaniel Richards, So you could bring in another actor to take the place. It doesn't necessarily have to be Jonathan Majors.
So what about them firing this guy, or whatever, him leaving the project?
We don't know yet. It's all rumors. They haven't said Marvel itself has not officially said they've fired him yet. And I think that they're pending that based on what happens with his trial.
I'd have to hear why this guy was let go. If it was let go because they didn't like the script he was writing, that's one thing. If he was let go just because they're like, nah, we decided to be reactionary and scrap the whole thing because, people didn't like Ant-Man.
Was he one of the Rick and Morty writers?
I'm not too familiar with him.
I did write one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Yes, it is. Yes, he was. Yeah.
So that makes sense. They listened to Grace Randolph. She said, "Get rid of those Rick and Morty writers.
Please get rid of them." They did She-Hulk too, and that was bad.
Are you kidding? She-Hulk is like one of the best ones.
I am so done going back and forth.
I love
so done.
But you love it. But can I be fair, Joe? Even if you love it, it doesn't matter because the general public doesn't love it. Even if it's the most amazing thing.
What do you mean that's not true, man? You are
they gotta make money. They gotta make money.
I think She-Hulk was a success, actually.
It was a successful show for Disney Plus. It got really good scores, good ratings. The only people that didn't like it were the trolls.
NDL.
NDL. Well, DL doesn't like
DL
much.
is a troll.
Let's be honest.
That's not true. That's not true.
He loved Barbie.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I will agree. She-Hulk was a success.
Okay.
By
But
what
overall,
measure?
the Rick and Morty writers haven't been lending to a lot of successes as the past writers. So
Yeah, because they're not the writers' room on Rick and Morty is not the writers of Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is was Don Harmon and Justin Roiland, but
we have to get DL and Crazy Joe on this stream together so I can just hear them just rag on and all that stuff. I want to do like a would you rate like an argument over a movie like best movie, worst movie.
So guys,
what would the Bizarro Joe be like?
Keep in
Joe?
mind, this is verified.
DL and I need a TV show where we sit in the balcony of a movie theater and review about 3 to 4 new movies a week.
How's that sound?
You gotta laugh like this. You gotta laugh like that.
Keep in mind this story is unverified. Is all I'm saying. Like,
what is the Bizarro version of Joe? I'm very intrigued by that comment. Well, not
why do you
Gunn.
have a picture of James Gunn?
What is the Bizarro version of Joe?
He wears a shirt that says, "This is what a cool grandpa looks like."
Ooh, there we go.
He doesn't have glasses.
All right, moving on.
Are we casting our X-Men yet? Oh.
Kei Hakwan wants to join the Star Wars universe. I went up to give Kathy a big hug and I said, Kathy, please put me in a Star Wars Put me in the Star Wars universe.
See, mine's just like that. I would go up, give Kathy a big hug. I say, Kathy,
No!
please get out of the Star Wars universe.
You're getting weird.
That's what I would say. Please, Kathy, get out of the Star Wars universe.
I say, make it happen. Make it happen, Kathy. Put him in Star Wars.
He's a very popular actor.
Yeah, why not?
He's in the
He was
category.
great in Loki season 2. He was terrific.
He was one of the best parts of that boring ass show.
Oh no, season 2 Loki was terrific.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, make no mistake.
That's why I didn't know what happened. People are like King's.
I'm gonna have to side with Max on this one. It was boring.
Oh my god!
I'll let you know.
Makes me want to get rid of Kang.
I think one of the problems was Sylvie was so intriguing in the first season, and she's kind of like secondary, third.
That's why it was a better season.
Yeah, because no, I did not like.
Great
Sylvie.
It was really intriguing in the first season. Yeah.
No, by the end of the second season, I was like, "Is this Groundhog's Day?"
Yes, I can. That's what I can't stand those stories.
Are you Bill Murray? Ooh.
Was that Bill Murray?
Ooh.
I'm very surprised.
Yeah, I'll let you know what I think when I watch it.
I still think Ke Huy Quan did really well though in the character that he played.
Oh yeah, he was the star of the show. I think, as far as I could say.
And I actually for the most part liked the first season of Loki. I've not watched the second, but I don't see any problem with it just off the top of my head. But then again,
Also, can I ask something of the panel? Those that saw Loki
I'm more of
season
a Marvel fan than most. So
those that saw it, and with Jonathan Majors, besides the controversy, with his appearance at the end of Quantumania with all the Kangs, and then the characters he played in season 2, I think he's a little overrated too. I don't think everything worked great. I don't think his acting was that great. As playing Victor Timely. Yeah, with the stutter and it seemed kind of forced.
Gosh, I really enjoyed it.
It seemed like he was really trying.
Reek the theater kid.
Instead of an actor.
Reek the theater kid.
Yeah.
See, I thought he was great. I thought he was great as
theater
Victor
kids like that.
I thought he was terrific as Victor Timely. I thought he was terrific as Kang in Quantumania. But I had questions about him in Creed 3. Because in Creed 3, I was supposed to believe he was this big tough guy, and he kept making silly faces. Like, he'd get into the ring and go like... And I'm like, how am I going to take you seriously if you're making a goofy face?
Oh, God.
I don't know. Is anyone else...
Jim Carrey in the ring.
Does anyone else...
exactly.
What about his acting quality? Did anyone else have any issues with Jonathan Majors besides the controversy because the Kang end scene at that Quantumania was like stupid to me.
To tell you the
truth, it was weird. It was weird.
To tell you the truth, I can care less one way or the other.
Well, are you talking about like
To be honest, I could care less one way or the other. Anybody at this point, maybe even a better actor, could play Kang. I've never really been all that much of a fan of Jonathan Majors, to be honest. But
see, I think he did great in Creed 3. That was the one where I think he shied.
All right.
Yeah,
the MCU stands are having a real hard time with Hiddleston being finished for good. They just can't accept it. The same dogs who don't believe that the OG Avengers are coming back.
Why would Hiddleston be done? I know that
I've seen those headlines, but I don't believe it.
Hiddleston isn't necessarily done, but I will say that he may be done for now. But none of these guys ever will say that they're completely done, because even RDJ, if you push it up,
no one's ever really gone except for DC.
Look.
Then they're all gone.
Let me just tell you. Let me just say this right now. None of these actors are ever truly gone, because it's like I always say: if they push enough money at them, they'll come back.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to leave. Is my understanding.
That's not true in DC either. They all come back too. Michael Keaton came back. Brandon Routh came back. They all come back.
How long do you guys want these actors to play in these roles?
Actually,
seriously.
Look,
if you watch
opportunity
Loki
for money and success and viewers.
Well, let me just point out, and again, I'm saying this. I'm not saying I want them to come back. I'm just simply saying, God, the name escapes me, and it shouldn't. But anyway, the guy who played Logan for 20 years. He said
Hugh
Jackman. Jackman said when he did Logan, he said, "I'm done. I'm never coming back." And then Ryan Reynolds called him up and said, "Hey man, you want to be in Deadpool 3?" And he said, "Okay."
Well,
Seriously.
a lot of time passed and opportunity was there for when he signed on.
Yeah,
again,
but he
it was
initially
a very successful series. Yeah.
Yeah, but he initially said he was done because of his health, and now he's building up to be Wolverine.
His health?
Yes,
Not him.
All the steroids are causing him a problem.
No, because he'd had
health.
It's because he'd had cancer.
Anymore.
He'd had cancer problems with the skin cancer issues.
He
didn't want to work out anymore.
Yeah.
And he had the skin cancer issues. He didn't want to work out for the Wolverine role anymore because it's heavy on his body to do that. And as the older he gets, the more difficult it becomes. I mean, those of us older guys know that working out is not so easy the older we get.
Yeah, but the at the end of Loki season 2, it's like they level the character up and they kind of introduce him in a different light. I mean, it seems silly for them not to go back to that character. I don't believe they won't. I think they really did well with it, and I would be shocked if they didn't have some kind of Tales of Asgard or something like that with him.
I mean, the same thing with Scarlet Witch, but she's dead.
That's a great point, actually.
Yeah, Dave said officially she was dead.
I don't know.
Until she's not.
I just think.
Do y'all really see a 60-year-old Iron Man? Do y'all really want to see that?
Yes.
Of course they do.
Honestly, I think after Secret Wars. Honestly, I think after Secret Wars is over, they could bring back anybody. Because they're going to soft reboot the MCU with Secret Wars. Because they're going to draw all the timelines together and use what they want and get rid of what they don't. Okay. Good. And most likely they will recast some of these characters.
Terrific.
In younger versions from another reality or whatever. They're going to recast some of these characters. And they're going to go at it again with because I mean basically they did it with Secret Wars 2016 in the comics. They came back. They brought out younger versions of characters. Some older versions died off, and it was all because of the incursions. Anything can happen when you're working with this multiverse stuff.
Yeah, you bring in the alternate versions of the Avengers.
Personally, Crazy Joe, and I'm sure Bruce for being the comic guys on the panel, I would love to see them bring in Adam Brashear. I would love to see Blue Marvel. I would love to see Adam Brashear. I would love to see Ant-Man. I would love to see some of these other characters. And this is the perfect time to bring them in when you're dealing with multiversal BS.
I just think the whole multiverse thing is just a mess. I like No Way Home. I like Multiverse of Madness. It's just a mess.
But you have to remember,
played out, isn't it?
You have to remember, you're talking about comic book movies, okay? And comic books have had multiverse in them since 1955 when they did The Flash of Two Worlds, okay? Multiverse is going to always be a part of comic books and comic book movies. You're never going to get rid of the concept of multiverse. It's just not going to happen.
True.
And do it right, please.
I think the way it's just shown, it's just like I just can't keep track of. I'm just like, I don't really care. I'm more picky and choosy. Like, I'm not picky and choosy. I'm gonna watch them all. But Deadpool 3 is where my money's at.
Okay, so when they start, for me, and you guys, you're talking about the MCU. I've been waiting since the MCU started to see the X-Men and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting.
Yeah, me too.
I've been waiting forever. I never when I read comic books, guys, I hate to say it, I didn't care about the Avengers. Like somebody said earlier.
Nobody cared about the
Avengers. Is
it? Somebody said.
Justice League was more popular than the Avengers, right?
I read the Avengers as a kid.
And X-Men was more popular than Justice League. If you go to the 90s and the 2000, the 90s, the late 80s, early 90s, and into the 2000s, Justice League did not get famous
first. That's why we got the first.
Exactly. And the thing is I have been waiting through 20 plus movies of Marvel for the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. So if I can wait that long, just about anybody can. Sorry, guys. And I still stick with a lot of these movies. Now,
that's the most popular Justice League throughout the 80s.
Yeah, that one right there, that group right there, and there's not a Superman on that group. Okay,
Nope.
the Trinity does not exist in that lineup of JLA. It just doesn't.
There was no Trinity in the DC universe until about 5-10 years ago.
But why would you start
10 years ago
Justice League without the Trinity now, though? I think that this is a different medium. The movies, though.
Well, if you can have good writing and good directing,
look,
you could start the Justice League with any of these characters.
Look, the Trinity has been a thing before in DC, and this is where I'm going to disagree with you, Crazy Joe, because Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman were part of the original Justice Society back in the Golden Age. But it hasn't always been so, and it hasn't always been necessary to have the Trinity in the JLA.
Yeah, but the concept of the Trinity was created by Matt Wagner.
The concept of it, but I'm saying those three characters have always been there.
And if we're being honest, if we're being really honest, Wonder Woman, quite frankly, wasn't that important until the last few years. I mean, she was well known. But
she hasn't
Superman,
been important.
Batman.
She wasn't important until the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
She started gaining more prominence in the 90s. Superman and Batman have always been.
Right after the George Perez one.
Right after George Perez. She became popular in the 90s. And then, of course, we had all the god-awful costume changes in the 90s through Marvel and DC.
Horrible.
You had her black leather look in the 90s.
I actually disagree, Anthony. Fox is doing some great stuff near the end. With Logan.
Logan was great. Really I actually liked New Mutants.
With Logan and what else?
And Dark Phoenix would have been better if it didn't.
It would have been better, but it was
supposed to be a 2-part movie, and then they.
Okay, look. The best of those X-Men First Class series of movies was Days of Future Past. None of you can argue that. Days of Future Past was a great movie.
Yes, it is.
It was.
And in fact, it has one of the best lines from Professor Xavier ever uttered. And that was just because a person stumbles doesn't mean they've lost their way.
The Fox X-Men movies, generally speaking, were really good. They had a couple of misfires, but they had more hits than misses.
Oops.
Personally, I didn't like the original X-Men movie from 2000. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't the greatest thing to me. My favorite starting X-Men movie has to be First Class.
And thank you, Thade, for agreeing with me. Apocalypse is an amazing movie.
Well, this would be a good time to move on to the next slide, so we can finally get to the casting of the X-Men.
Yes.
Some people on the panel have to go.
Yeah, personally, that's why I'm here. I want to cast X-Men characters. Anyway, so let's go.
All right. The next slide and the last slide for news and topics. Texas Congressman Joaquin Castro calls for the Justice Department and Federal Trade Commission look into whether the studio violated antitrust guidelines and tax write-off plan. The WB tactic of scrapping fully made films for tax breaks is predatory and anti-competitive. The San Antonio Democrat wrote, as the Justice Department and revise their antitrust guidelines, they should review this conduct. As someone remarked, it's like burning down a building for the insurance money.
Bad boys.
And actually, I don't disagree with this man. I don't disagree. They need to look into it because there's something fishy going on with a lot of what Zaslav and Discovery did when they came in with WB.
So what I'm trying to garner by this, this is interesting.
Yes.
So they intentionally cut off any profits to do this where you can't. It's like they started the fire on purpose so they could claim the money. So they don't even give it a chance. But whereas this tax write-off is for when you organically have a loss, but they're almost structuring it or framing it where there's no chance for it to succeed and then claim the loss.
Well, now here's the thing though.
That's what I'm getting from that.
Here's the thing though, and this happens. Styx says it in the chat, and it's entirely true. This has been going on in Hollywood for years. This sort of thing. The only reason we're hearing about it now is because a lot of people in our sphere are big WB fanboys. But this has been going on in Hollywood forever. Okay? And the thing is it does need to be looked into. I'm not saying that these movies necessarily needed to come out, but I am saying this. They were made. Why are we using them as tax write-offs?
Did you read? I didn't even know
I have
this.
no idea.
I was reading an article about Coyote versus Acme, and it said that Paramount several years ago made the movie Monster Trucks, and they knew it was going to be a complete failure. I didn't know any of this, and they got a tax write-off for it, and still released the movie.
Well, here's the thing.
This article was saying just because you take a tax write-off does not mean you have to bury the movie. You can still release the movie.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of the time when they do these tax write-offs, okay, they shelf a movie for a certain amount of years, and then they slowly slip it out in direct to video, or they'll drop it off on possibly a streaming service or something like that. For them to say they've completely shelved these movies, I don't think that's a good thing. And I think Crazy Joe was getting to a point there. But now I'm hearing that they haven't exactly shelved this movie. They've allowed the guy who made it to shop it around. So, but that was due to backlash.
Yeah.
Let them shop around Batgirl.
Like I said to Perp earlier, I am convinced we're going to see Batgirl someday. I don't know when, but I'm convinced we're going to see Batgirl someday because you have Michael Keaton, one of the most popular Batman. There's a movie out there with Michael Keaton as Batman that the world has not seen, and there's going to come a day.
There's a fire truck out there.
Maybe there'll be a day when Michael Keaton dies or something, and this movie will show up on a DVD or a Blu-ray or something because there will be a buck to be made off it.
Here's one for you. Here's one for you. They just
we don't need him to die. What the hell?
No, I'm saying we need the movie. We need the movie.
Not for nothing. Anyone that was a fan of Michael Keaton showed up for the Flash, and that wasn't a lot of people.
Here's one for you. They just released a steelbook box set of the early Hellraiser movies. And in that box set, they released the work print edition of Hellraiser Bloodlines. So what Crazy Joe is saying here is it could possibly happen.
Yeah.
If they want to capitalize on Michael Keaton dying, they may drop a movie.
I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave because I have. Well, what's we're done with this topic?
There we go.
No, I have an image of Michael Keaton. We need Michael Keaton to stay around forever.
Dude, no human can live forever.
I know.
Yes.
Actually correct.
I
mean, all humans will die eventually, except Jonathan Frakes.
Okay.
Well,
and even he's getting gray, Crazy Joe. Even he's getting gray.
Well, Bruce, to stay on the topic of this here, I'm glad they're looking into it because it does seem like he's using the loophole for his advantage and not really even trying. Like even if there's a path for somewhat of success, he's just cutting everything off at the knees.
He is, and that's the problem.
Route.
Right now, you would think that with the writer's strike and the actor's strike just ending, and next year going to be pretty much a cold lease on getting a whole lot of movies, or shows coming out, you would think that they would hold on with it to as much as they can to put out there, at least on the streaming platform.
Degrassi says this is a finished film that had all the promotion and marketing planned and licenses with warehouses full of merchandise, not the same as Batgirl.
Yeah, but I would like to point out
Batgirl's
Scooby-Doo out. I would like to point out Scooby-Doo was finished too. Scoob was finished too, and they did not. They shelved it, so that really doesn't matter.
To finish Batgirl will cost more than they're willing to spend. They have to reshoot everything.
I thought that movie was already finished.
With probably some reshoots and stuff.
I thought it needed some effects work. Other than that,
I thought it was done, like practical filming.
The filming part of it was done. I think it was just post-production.
I think there were some reshoots. Yeah, I think there was 1 or 2 reshoots. I think I remember reading that there was minimal, like the standard reshoots, but their main production was done.
Yeah, the fact is, I desperately want to see Batgirl. I that was one of my most anticipated films the last year
for me.
Yeah, so I desperately want to see it. So I'm not saying it's okay that they canceled Batgirl because I don't believe it is. But I could understand that more than this because at least Batgirl, you still had money you needed to put into it, whereas this was totally 100% done. There was nothing
movie-
more that needed to be done to this.
Also, this movie cost $70 million.
Yeah,
That's how much this movie cost.
but it's been saved. So
And Batgirl's still dead.
It's been saved pending. It's been saved pending they find somebody else to take.
Netflix even.
yes, but apparently Amazon Prime wants it. They want it bad. So
Netflix did this to Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead.
Oh God.
Animated thing recently too. I heard
That's because they got a full-length movie with Rebel Moon, which is part of Army of the Dead universe.
know,
Let's
but
go.
They canceled that too, so it's not just Warner Brothers. Netflix did it too.
They don't need an anime. They got a future movie now. 2 future movies. One with Fire Girl and
the
another
Army
one,
of the
Chaos
Dead
Lady,
Lost Vegas. That's canceled, and that was almost done. They said.
But we got the sequel, Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Father of Child or whatever it's called.
You can't even say the name.
Father of Childfire.
Rebel
Chaos
Moon
Reigns,
Part
whatever.
1. There you go.
No, but it has a name.
Child of Fire.
Child of Fire. There we go.
Child of Fire. I should call it Father of Child.
Father of Child is.
At this point, Father of the Bride.
nice.
What does it matter? It's coming
Oh
out.
my God, Father of the
exactly.
Bride.
Zack Snyder's Father of the Bride.
Batgirl was far from finished with physical production.
I heard it was just reshoots. I trust the grass.
It was just reshoots that was needed. Reshoots and post production.
That's what I heard. Degrassi has his ear in that field, though. Might be correct.
I think so. I mean, it says, I don't know.
He's not the only one that does.
10 more million. You got the creator from 70 million.
Yeah.
hopefully Coyote
Shut
versus
up,
Acme will
Zeno.
be better than the creator.
Because Netflix watched.
Somebody time Zeno out.
I bet they didn't even finish it. Zeno.
Just kidding. Don't time him out.
Zeno, that's a 2-hour and 23-minute movie. There's no way they even finished it. They were just like that.
Army of the Dead wasn't
Hopefully.
the greatest Zack Snyder. That was probably the bottom of my movies that I like of him. Yeah.
What's a
I
worse
never
movie
watched
than
it.
Army of the Dead from Zack Snyder?
Sucker
Man of
Punch.
Steel.
Sucker Punch.
I think Sucker Punch is better than Army of the Dead.
No, I'm asking Max specifically because I'm pretty sure it's Army of the
He's
Dead. He doesn't realize it yet, but he will. After I asked him out.
I think Army of the Dead might be my least favorite.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Guardians of Gahul.
No, that was awesome, man. Those owl
Hey,
fights-
hey,
those
wait a
owl
minute.
fights were
Legend of the
badass.
Guardians was good, man.
Yeah, those owl fights were badass. They had
You
claws,
see,
metal claws and crap.
I want him to do more animated stuff because that movie was awesome. The Legend of the Guardians. I want him to do more animation movies.
I want to know
That look. I want to see what he can do with that.
Like, I want to do an owl movie.
It looked pretty. It looked
Yeah,
beautiful,
but you're
bro.
also I like almost everything. So that it is.
How
the
does
bottom.
this
Of course you
conversation
like
get back
everything.
to Zack Snyder?
Agreed.
Anyway,
Agreed,
I
Iowa.
hope this
Nailed it.
Coyote
Can we
movie,
cast our X-Men now?
I hope this Coyote
Yes.
is better than Looney Tunes
Well, wait,
Back
one
in
more
Action
thing.
and Space Jam 2.
What?
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt the flow just for this.
Oh my God.
Are you derailing my stream?
Yes.
Why
So
are we
here's
showing
the
this?
first image of Michael Keaton.
Why do you do this?
How dare all of you for saying, when he goes, we could get back.
What is
If that's the only way we could get it, well then I want him to live forever. This is him as Beetlejuice on the new movie Beetlejuice 2.
Yep.
Good job. Great
This
photo.
looks legit. What do you think?
Wait, that's with
Precious.
makeup or without makeup?
Without makeup.
Wait, scroll down. Is that Austin Powers he's injecting that into?
No.
No.
Oh, behave. I think it is.
Oh, that's just wrong,
Truth
man.
serum. What do you think? This is our first image of Beetlejuice. And
Looks like a homeless
I wish
Joker.
I saw this in the trailer.
Wait,
looks
is this
okay.
real?
It's a terrible
looks
quality
fine.
photo. It's, like,
It's a
it's
terrible
not
quality
AI.
photo.
yeah.
This was Mac cosplaying at Halloween, guys.
Yeah,
This
man.
is a set photo, so it's not going to look great,
It's not
guys.
e-
Come
there-
on.
There's not even a cool Tim Burton-y, like stylized background. Like, get out of here. Get the
Look.
Well,
It's,
that
it's
window.
a
That's the most
set,
basic
guys,
window.
This was
Guys,
not
it's
an
a
intended
set
for release.
photo.
Yeah, this was not like a prepared photo. This was a leak or whatever.
It's
I
a
think.
set photo, guys. It's not going to look great.
Yeah, I'm getting the vibe. What do
what
you
I'm
mean
saying. Max-
phoning it in?
Max should not
That's
have
what you
shown
get
this.
from this? Is he's phoning it in?
Max is phoning it in. That's what he's doing.
I don't.
Oh,
Max always phones it
What's
in.
with
I mean,
the
Max, can you say he's
what's
giving
this
it
rank on
100%
his-
in that photo?
Yeah, he's
I
giving
hope
it
it's going to
100.
be
You think
great.
that's 100%.
He's giving it 100.
I don't have a lot of faith in Tim
He's giving
Burton
it
these
100.
days, though.
He did.
I don't
He's
either.
he's caught off.
All right, let's
right?
move on.
Where's
please.
that gothic window Tim Burton promised me? Look at that window. It's
All
so
right. Well, I'm not going to
Yes,
move on first until you
Robotic
tell me what
Dre,
you think. What do you think
yes.
of this image, Bruce?
Excellent movie. Joe
It's
Dante.
great.
All right.
No one cares. Wow.
Nope.
Thanks, Max, for
It's an
that.
awful photo.
Riveting photo.
Why would you ruined Beetlejuice
I am
for some people with
shocked.
that one? You ruined Beetlejuice.
I
for
thought
some
everyone
people.
would. I thought everyone would be really hype about that. And
No,
I was like, I don't care.
No, I want to see it with
I
the proper
actually-
lighting.
I'm looking forward to the movie. I just know that that's
Yeah.
a set photo and it's not gonna look
It's a
the
terrible
greatest.
photo. You ruined Beetlejuice for me. I
You're a
would've
terrible photo.
Oh my god.
Can I
Anthony,
just
you're
take
right.
a
Those look
moment?
like Heath Ledger.
Roasted.
Can I just take one moment to say that Looney Tunes Back in Action, the Joe Dante film, Looney Tunes Back in Action, is celebrating its 20th anniversary today. It was released on November 14th, 2003, and it's a great movie.
I love that movie growing up.
Brendan Fraser's in that.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
It's okay.
All right, can we cast an episode?
Of course you do. Of course.
All
you do.
right.
Can we get the X-Men now? Yes.
Ooh.
If anyone saw my show last week, we did a casting couch on Kingdom of Nerds with Dial, Perk, me, and other panelists.
I win.
And I thought we'll do it here. So
Yeah, you did.
we will be casting X-Men fan casting. So I actually have a clip this time.
Dude, that was Magneto.
First up, we have director James Mangold directing my film, Chris Pine playing Cyclops,
Oh,
Madeline
good one.
Petch playing Jean Grey, Tati Gabrielle playing Storm, Taron Egerton playing Wolverine, Luke Grimes playing Archangel, Mark Strong playing Professor X, Nikolaj Waldau playing Magneto.
Ooh, I like that one.
Dude,
Those are good ones.
your last two there is who I would have picked for those positions.
And for
That's
anyone that
great.
doesn't know Madeline Petch, she is from Riverdale, great actress, and Tati is from the the Sabrina show from Netflix.
Yeah.
Great actress. She could play anything.
Oh,
a
and
nice
the Taron Egerton as Wolverine would be good too.
Yeah.
Oh, and Luke Grimes is from Yellowstone.
Yeah, Yellowstone.
And you went with James Mangold.
Yes.
After the,
I want my X-Men movie to be a little dark and gritty and maybe a little horror
I
thrown in
like
here.
Chris Pine
Oh,
as
God.
Cyclops too. I never thought of that, and now I can't.
That's called New Mutants.
We don't speak about that.
I honestly hope that the X-Men movie is kind of that when they do bring the X-Men to the MCU that it is a bit edgy because the X-Men comics always were.
Too old.
Actually,
Make
I don't
him rated
know.
R.
He may not be too old for Wolverine because
I
Wolverine's
got a whole
Oh,
bit
call
for that.
Urban?
Wolverine's kind of ageless though. I mean, like
Too tall. I reject it.
Ageless.
he is too tall though. I will give you that.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't get me started with the too tall thing. Nobody.
Just wait until you hear mine.
Oh, I freaking care, you freaking casuals. Anyway.
Yeah, comic nerds.
All right, let's move on to the next pick.
Movie. And in movies,
That's almost as good as mine.
I am
We got Dan Trachtenberg directing.
Yes.
Andrew
Ooh, that would
Garfield
work.
as Cyclops. Anna Diop as Storm. Aaron Taylor Johnson as Wolvie. Cameron Monaghan as Iceman. Anne Hathaway as Jean Grey. Then Denzel Washington as Magneto. Lawrence Fishburne as Professor X. Whose choice is this?
This is mine.
This is pretty
No.
good. I like this one, Max.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're-
so
if you're-
if they were going with the core 5 X-Men being older, then yeah, this would work. If they want to go with being young mutants though, this wouldn't
Yeah,
so much work
I
with
would
the
like this.
exception
Is,
with the exception of Cameron Monaghan.
I would like this
and
as
Aaron
the
Taylor
template,
Johnson.
and then the younger mutants to be young. Yeah, they're a little. I did cast a little older. Yes.
Yeah. But look, Max, you could have something here. You do the core 5, Cyclops, Jean Grey, older, and then you do like younger mutants, say like Jubilee, Iceman, like that younger characters. Mm-hmm. As for Aaron Taylor Johnson as Wolverine, you could probably age him a little bit. But like I said, Wolverine aged slowly in the comics, so you would have to have somebody. You could use somebody that like more level ages. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who doesn't always, who won't suddenly in 10 years like jump in age. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who could be easily makeup to look level.
So did I win?
No. But you guys in the chat, remember our picks, because you guys will vote who had the best casting at the end of the presentation.
I have a whole pitch with mine.
Next up, Travis Knight directing, Dacre Montgomery
Dacre Montgomery
as Cyclops, Daniel Rose Russell as Jean Grey. Wait, what the hell? Josh Hutcherson as Iceman, Ross Lynch as Angel, Henry Cavill as the Beast, Cillian Murphy as Professor X, Aaron Eckhart as Magneto. Words are hard.
That's my favorites of those are Professor X and Magneto.
Who's
not so much Cillian Murphy as Professor X, but I like Aaron Eckhart as Magneto, or Nikolai Coster-Waldau like before as Magneto. Either one of those two guys would do a good Magneto.
Yeah, why'd you pick these actors for your movie?
Well, once again, I'll be reciting what I said on Kingdom of Nerds. Dacre Montgomery, I've seen his work on, surprisingly enough, the 2017 Power Rangers and Stranger Things, and I think he has a lot of range, and he does convey that leadership role that I would like Cyclops to finally have, because he did not have that in the other X-Men films. He looks like Cyclops. So yeah, that's why I picked him. Daniel Rose Russell, I saw what she was able to do in the originals and legacies, and she is that. Who's laughing? Every time I say she's from the originals and legacies, everyone's like, but like, no,
I love the originals and legacy.
Yeah. But yeah, she conveys everything that I want in a Jean Grey, and also she has like that dark, edgy side that I would like to see if potentially we get to the Phoenix Saga stuff. Like, I want somebody that's able to have that warmth and that edge that Jean Grey, the Phoenix, has, and she encapsulates that, and she looks like the role. She looks perfect for the part. Josh Hutcherson is Iceman. This is, once again, it's kind of a bias for me because I'm a Josh Hutcherson fan, but I think he will fit how I would have Iceman be in the X-Men. I would make him the underdog of the team.
He actually kind of looks like Bobby from the comics a little bit.
I can actually see Cillian Murphy and Aaron Eckhart reversing roles too. Either way, that would still like it.
Cillian Murphy, in my opinion, would work better as Magneto.
Eckhart as Professor X.
Yeah.
The reason why I chose him as Professor X, I didn't want to go with the typical choice. First of all, I mean, like, Mark Strong is fine, but like I want to go a little bit more experimental. And mainly, I chose him because, surprisingly enough, what he was able to do in Oppenheimer, even though I wasn't a big fan of the movie, like the way he was conveying himself as Oppenheimer, he showed some traits that I would want to see in a Professor X. So that's why I chose him. And then I know people are like, raising their eyebrows with the Henry Cavill thing. Look, you guys know how much I love Henry Cavill, Superman, but I'm ready to move on. We're getting a new Superman in a couple years, but
he's about to be Highlander in 2 years.
Yeah, that too. But when thinking of Beast, I couldn't think of anyone better, because he carries himself very similar to how I would want to see a Beast in a Hank McCoy, so he can pull off the physicality, obviously. And I believe him as a scientist. He can keep his British accent too, so that'd be good. And then finally, Ross Lynch. Once again, he looks like Angel, and how I will portray him is the free spirit of the team. So I think he does that very well.
That guy actually does fit Warren quite a bit.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my choices. Travis Knight. Well, for one thing, I thought he was robbed that he didn't take over the Transformers franchise after Bumblebee, but
I wonder why.
I agree. What are you talking about, Perp? You don't like Bumblebee?
I'm a Michael Bay guy.
Oh,
yeah. But
remove him. Remove him.
yeah. We'll do that. But Travis Knight, I chose him because he's a great storyteller. From what I've seen from Kubo and the Two Strings and Earth to Echo, and what he did with Bumblebee, and I also see that he respects the source material. Even though he will tell his own story, he will give his own spin on a couple things. I trust him to handle these characters with care. So
one thing I do want to point out about Henry Cavill, I'm looking forward to what he does with Amazon and the Warhammer 40K stuff that he's going to be working on. Because he's an executive producer with Amazon and Warhammer 40K. So, and being as he's a huge Warhammer 40K tabletop gamer, I think he'd do great with that stuff. I'm curious as to what he does with that. Though I will miss him as Superman.
Yeah, me too.
Probably the best Superman I've seen in a very long time.
All right. Next up, please save all comments and commentary to after I finish reading the slide. Thank you. And laughter, please refrain from laughing. Next up, we have director Tim Story, 50 Cent as Gambit, Haley Bailey is Storm, Kevin Hart as Wolvie, Tyler Perry as Mystique.
Oh my God.
Kiki Palmer as Rogue, Cedric Entertainer as Magneto, for Martin Lawrence as Professor X.
Oh my
Who's
Lord.
picks of these?
Blue Jay.
Not this is brilliant. I'm in.
Oh my Lord.
Okay. All I want to say about this
My
is,
man's
look,
boxed in.
I have no problem with the cast. I think it would be an interesting cast.
Martin Lawrence?
I like Tyler.
But like, no, I have to ask. I have to
no
agree
problem with Martin Lawrence?
Look. I have to agree with Anthony in the chat, though. Is this an X-Men parody movie?
I was fine
that Tyler Perry's Mystique is killing me, though.
That's great.
Why did you cast Tyler?
Well, it's a sign of the times. It's very, it's very, it's very hip and it's very 2023.
Cedric the Entertainer is Magneto.
Well, look, we've all seen Tyler Perry play. We've all seen Tyler Perry playing Medea.
There's two really good ones in there, and that's Haley Bailey as Storm and Kiki Palmer's Rogue. So
Tyler Perry.
Yeah, Kiki Palmer would be my Rogue, so that's the one I would agree with.
And
Can we let Blue Jay explain his choices, please? Thank
Kevin
you.
Hart.
Give Kiki Palmer. Give Kiki Palmer that Southern accent. I think she'd do great as Rogue, to be honest.
Yeah.
Blue Jay, speak, please. Thank you.
Two really good ones on here.
But you also have to understand, casting it like this is going to bring a lot of anger from certain people.
I don't care. They can get mad all they want.
I know. I'm just saying we're gonna have to put. We would have to bother hearing them.
Also,
you're gonna give X-Men
you say anger, I hear
Story. You're giving it to Tim Story, the same person that destroyed Fantastic Four. So great job.
Now that is where I do. That is where I do cross a line. Tim
this is
Story.
not
No.
going to be an only in theaters one, is it?
No, it won't be.
Hey, can everybody be quiet for a minute? Let Blue Jay speak and explain his choices. Thank you.
Go ahead, brother. Sorry about that.
Let me explain.
Please.
50 Cent, so he can do the soundtrack. Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
Halle Bailey because Halle Berry played Storm last time, so Halle Bailey makes
smart.
I only picked Kevin Hart just because DL bitched about his height, so I picked Kevin Hart.
Fair. That's fair.
If Tyler Perry could play the woman in his movies, he can do the same thing with Mystique. He disguised himself as a woman, basically. So, what
did Martin Lawrence?
Okay, true. Kiki
Martin
Palmer.
Mystique.
Kiki Palmer because she did the thing from Halloween last year, so she was good as Rogue. I would like that. Cedric the Entertainer as Magneto. I mean, I like Cedric the Entertainer, and Who doesn't? Who doesn't? I mean, come on.
He's a talent.
Yes, he's funny as hell. I mean,
He's a talent.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence, because he's my favorite comedian. And you know, come on. Yeah. Yeah.
You So Crazy is a great stand-up.
So that will make 2 X-Men movies I will watch the shit out of. Perps and Blue Jays. I will watch the shit.
Martin Lawrence would if this movie came out in 2000, we will see Martin dance as Professor X, bald and stuff.
He's not going to be in the wheelchair.
In the wheelchair? In the wheelchair?
Well, no, he would get up and doing all this shit and all that.
Yeah. He'd do a mind game. That's a mind game to Magneto to distract him.
I'm afraid to ask for people to like the video.
This is gonna win, man. Damn it.
Also, I did give Bruce a title. It's called X-Men Black.
X-Men Black.
Bit on the nose, but I get
this
it.
This would be a great comedy movie right here. This would be a great parody comedy movie. This would be freaking amazing.
X-Men Black. That's better than Black.
I think this is a dark rated R movie. This is a serious thing.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. If I do a sequel of this, so if I have to cast Jean Grey, do I still call it Dark Phoenix or Black Phoenix?
Black Phoenix.
Black Phoenix.
Black Phoenix.
Black Phoenix.
Dude, but you've got to make but Blue Jay, you've got to make that one a blaxploitation film.
Who took me out?
Oh, that would be
serious. This is a franchise.
You got to make this one a blaxploitation.
Forget
film,
what I
man.
said. This is
Definitely.
You got to film it in that style, that 70s blaxploitation style. That would be freaking amazing.
Ooh, I would totally.
The standouts here are Tyler Perry and Cedric the Entertainer. Blue Jay, bravo.
Standouts.
You saved the best for last, Christopher. You saved
Why
the
you
best
hating
for
me?
last.
All right.
Why are you hating on Kevin Hart?
Oh God.
All right.
Kevin Hart.
Next up,
Kevin Hart is short.
Next up, we have our last picks. From the slides I have. Director John Woo, John Abraham as Wolvie, Disha Patini as Jubilee,
Correct.
Tyra Sataria as Jean Grey,
Sounds right.
Tiger Shroff as Cyclops,
Perfect.
Hithik Roshan as Gambit,
I'm changing this one.
Tilda Swinton as Professor X, Shah Rukh Khan as Magneto.
So what is this, Bollywood X-Men?
Yes, exactly.
Why is Tilda Swinton there?
Exactly.
Just because she was bald already?
3 musical numbers. I cast Max. You got to catch up. I cast Tilda for everything. Okay.
Dude,
He's the
you
art
have
house
to put a Bollywood number in the middle of this movie.
There's 3 already. Okay,
All right.
relax. There's 3. I got
ahead.
3 on here. Okay,
Oh,
so
you perp.
all right, so we got John Abraham as Wolverine. Now, one of the things I wanted to do is I feel Wolverine was not explored enough in the previous X-Men movies. So I want the first 50 minutes. The first 50 minutes will be a Wolverine origin story of my X-Men movie. And it's going to be like The Raid, only him escaping the Weapon X program. It's going to be 50 minutes. Now, throughout my franchise, I will be doing flashbacks to those first 50 minutes. Throughout the whole franchise, for all 10 movies, we're going to be going to the flashbacks of the first 15 minutes of this movie. So these first 50 minutes are very important, very integral to my X-Men franchise. Okay, up next, we got Disha Patini. All right, Disha Patini is Jubilee. Now, this is where John Woo will shine with the pyrotechnics. Okay, you remember? Anyone see Gray Man? You remember that's the fireworks fight? Okay, think of that, but coming out of a girl's arm. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be amazing. Also, I feel like Marvel to get in good with Kevin Feige, they like the little quirks and funny stuff. So Jubilee is gonna be obsessed with making cheese. So there's gonna be spoiled milk all over the school. And it's gonna be played for laughs, and it's gonna be hilarious. Everyone's gonna love it. All right, up next we got Tara Saturia as Jean Grey. That's right, Jean Grey. We are going to make her the pilot of the X-Wing. So it's Jean Grey. Jean Grey, come in on the X-Wing. Okay, so we will be adding that she could also mind control animals that she uses to throw at other mutants. So it's going to be great. This is where John Woo's dubs are going to be flying all over the place. It's going to be great. Up next, we got Tiger Shroff as Cyclops. Now, we're going to need a brilliant martial artist for Cyclops. We need to make sure that when Cyclops is hitting his temple, it's done with speed and precision. And also, we're gonna change his power from like laser to like fire. So it's gonna his eyes are gonna come out like red fire. Red fire is gonna come out of him. It's gonna be awesome. Right. So, all right. We're getting rid of Gambit. We got rewrites we fired that writer that wrote Gambit. He was bad. Go back to Rick and Morty. Okay, so we got rid of Gambit, and instead we're gonna add Juggernaut. Okay, we're gonna add Juggernaut instead of Gambit. Now this is where
Juggernaut. Did you just say
we're adding Juggernaut? Yes, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Yeah, Juggernaut. Let me add Juggernaut. Okay, we're writing Juggernaut in. And this is where it's going to get interesting because you guys know Tilda Swinton is going to play Professor X, obviously.
Why?
Because she's amazing. And she's the best. Now, because it's obvious. And now, if you are a Tilda Swinton fan, you will know she likes to play dual characters in movies, right? Now, none of you nerds told me that Juggernaut is related to Professor X. So we're going to do,
stepbrother.
We're gonna motion capture Tilda Swinton. And we're gonna put
the
her.
Juggernaut.
Oh my God!
Right? She could do it. If you saw Suspiria, you know she could do it. You know she could do it. Right?
You're a sick man, dude. You're a sick man, dude.
They're brother and sister now, and then of course we got Shah Rukh Khan as Magneto. Now, to make him
actually, Brucifer, doesn't Tilda Swinton kind of look like Professor Xavier's evil like sister, the whatever her name was?
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova. She actually looks like Cassandra Nova there, so like, that'll work.
Does.
It's gonna totally work. Okay, vote for Perp. Okay, so we got Shah Rukh Khan as Magneto. Now we're gonna make him different. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give him a handlebar mustache, but we're gonna put it upside down. We're gonna put it upside down so the mustache meets the helmet. You know what I'm saying? How the helmet has the side coming down. The mustache is gonna be the handlebar mustache is gonna be upside down.
What you gonna do, brother?
It's gonna be awesome. Also, we're gonna have creepy lettering in the helmet, right? And it's gonna have a creepy lettering that says "damaged" in it, right? But it's gonna be spelled wrong, so you know he means it. Okay. And that's my X-Men. That's the best X-Men movie ever. Right?
Guys.
Oh God.
All right, let's review. Let's go back and review. Oh, that's why I'm sorry.
I'm hurting here,
do
man.
Voltaire and Gabe want to weigh in with your castings of X-Men?
I am crying.
Oh my God.
I'm just an observer today.
Okay, if you guys can give me like 5 minutes, I'll cast something really quick. Hold on.
Hold on, Bruce.
I don't know.
After the Perps thing, I almost pee a little bit.
What?
Almost. I think
There's
you
a
did,
bottle.
bro.
I think I just did.
Yeah, that was the most funniest. Even though
Make
I already
sure
heard,
that bottle on. Don't drink it in the morning.
I already heard his pitch in Kingdom of Nerds, but he made it even funnier.
Well, I added more to it. It's a real pitch now. I'm gonna pitch this.
The back-to-back with Blue Jay and Perps thing. I'm just like,
What have you done, Bruce?
oh my
Don't look at me.
God.
It
Your
didn't go
fault.
this way last week.
Funniest thing I have ever.
I'm gonna watch on the replay. I'm gonna watch on the replay when I go and watch my part, bro. I just made Dio on the floor. Like
I wasn't expecting the Tilda
Seriously,
Swinton as
I was
Juggernaut.
man, my stomach was hurting so.
And DL wasn't going to make it tonight. I say you had to come for this.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I finished my Hunger Games reviews, but yeah, I'm glad I. This is the funniest thing.
I think I need to change underwear, so I'll be right back.
Well, what do you think of the picks so far?
I like them. Except
I love Cedric the Entertainer as Magneto.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
These castings are more offensive than I am.
No, nothing.
I like
than you are.
I like Blue Jay's blaxploitation X-Men parody. I love it.
The B-Men
parody.
And Perp's got like my second vote because this Bollywood X-Men thing, as long as it's also a parody, would work greatly. I don't know. I'm laughing so hard I can't even cast my own, which is sad.
What do you mean parody?
What do you mean parody?
This is legit. It's going to be gritty. Just because there's musical numbers doesn't mean it's going to be gritty. Not going to be gritty.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Blacks.
Blacks.
Man, I'm going to steal that title anyway, too. I'm going to steal that title in my Bollywood, too. Screw it. I'm stealing it.
We have caught off the deep end, my friend.
So does that make Tilda Swinton the token white person on this squad?
Hey, that's a good point.
She's also playing a nut, Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Hey, Dave, how's your casting coming along?
I don't know if I can. Okay, so like the only ones that I've thought about like right off the top of my head are Professor Xavier and Magneto. I like Nikolai Coster-Waldau as Magneto. And I'd say I don't know for Professor Xavier, possibly Aaron Eckhart, but I can't imagine him bald. Keke Palmer, I still like his Rogue. Thinking. Haley Bailey, I believe, would make an okay Storm, but I've only seen like a little bit of her acting, so I don't know.
She'd be better than she was in Little Mermaid. I can tell you that.
With the wide eyes, that could look dope.
That she would actually.
Whoa! Wait a minute! She was good in Little Mermaid.
Yeah, she was.
I mean, she was okay, but
well, I can't say because I've only seen a couple of clips of her acting in Little Mermaid, so I don't know.
I still like her. Though.
No, I think she has the okay. So what you want to do, like in my opinion, what you want to do with like X-Men castings is like for the younger members of the squad, like okay, so it depends on which era of the X-Men you're doing. If you're doing like where the core 5 are older and like more seasoned X-Men, then you can go with like established actors and actresses. But like if you want to go with them as younger X-Men, I would prefer you do unknowns because that, for one, that gives a good gives you a chance to let those actors and actresses like move up since they've gotten starring roles in an ensemble movie. But also I find that a lot of the time when you cast unknowns, it gives them time to shine. And so that's why I really can't like very easily. It would take me a little bit to cast like the squad members, but like for the older established characters, go ahead and use well-known actors.
Well, thank you everyone for participating. Thanks, Bruce.
Let me just run back through the choices so people can see it. My cast.
I like mine. Yeah.
I gotta head out, but I gotta head out.
I'm the winner here.
Enjoy the rest of the stream and vote for Perp. Thank you.
Night, Perp. Take it easy, brother.